place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell 'em I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place. And it's love hate, but I grew up here, so it's home base.
I do. It gives me the chills every time.
That's the guy you discovered, right?
I discovered him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, so welcome to the other state of hockey. Man, we are still rolling here on this. ESPN have not gotten rid of us. They've tried, but
Give them time.
give them time.
Probably
So-
pause.
And we are powered by Webcast One Live.
That is
You can
correct.
also check our show.com. Webcast One Live.
Webcast1live.com.
I'm Frank Mink, my partner in crime, Derek Hender. We run this show. We came out with this show because we knew that there is a hockey market here.
There is.
Absolutely.
This is a hockey state, man.
And we kept hearing about it. It's not, and the media never really gave us good coverage on anything.
Nope.
And not picking a fight with them or anything, but whatever. And so me and Derek kind of got together and said, instead of always sitting around talking about they should do this to make it a hockey market or do this, we said, let's do this.
That's right.
And we went to the right channels. And first off, we started a podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast.
We were podcast legends,
We were. I mean,
if there's such a thing.
didn't you see the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Nominees and inductees.
Membership of one.
Yes. It's on my wall in my house, in my
Oh,
toilet.
I thought you meant on your Facebook page. I'm sorry.
So anyway, now we're with ESPN.
Yeah.
And so we keep bringing this every week to you, once a week. We hope you enjoy it. People have been writing us now saying what their suggestions were.
Yep. And don't forget how to get a hold of us. Twitter.
Yeah.
Other State of Hockey.
Other state. No, the.
Facebook, you can find us under The Other State of Hockey.
Yes.
Email theotherstateofhockey@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And our YouTube channel is finally up.
Yes.
Where you can see some of our old podcasts. It's not quite complete yet, but some of our old podcasts.
So you
are
can
on
see
there.
the legends back when we were.
Yeah,
legends
you
on
see
podcast.
back when we were rookies. It's kind of like rookie cards, you know. It's going to be like popping open the pack of wax pack with a piece of gum on top.
Not knocking our guests that we've had since we've been on ESPN. I think we had the best lineup of guests. I think that's what did it for us.
Yeah.
I told that to Bobby Ryan the other day. We were talking, and I said, "Oh, it's a lot to do with you coming on, and people like yours what helped us get the show on the ESPN." And he's, so I get the assist then, I guess. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
Hey, Bobby will take any points he can get right now.
Whoa.
Sorry, Bob. I know
Yeah.
you're probably not listening, but that's okay.
He probably is listening.
He's been struggling.
He has been struggling. I think he needs to listen to the show more than.
I think he does. And actually, we were talking off air.
Yes.
There was an interesting little thing on TSN. I heard on the radio on the way here, actually, that former teammate of his reached out to him to try to give him a little pep talk. He's been struggling the last part of last year, playoffs, and then the first part of this season. Timo Solani, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, great guy.
And great teammate. And he texted him, and basically the nutshell was that he said, man, don't worry about it. He said, scoring goals is like opening a new ketchup bottle. It's once you get that first bit out, the rest of it just comes gushing.
Usually messy.
It's usually a mess, but that would be a happy mess, I guess, for him. But I think the big thing for Bobby is be patient, wait it out. Good things happen with good work.
Right.
Pure and simple.
And
they've moved him around. He was on the opposite. He's on the opposite wing now, but I mean, he's a professional. He'll find ways.
Yeah, and some of the moves. I mean, you go look at some of them highlight goals he has.
Yeah.
Like that time he scored his first hat trick against L.A.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we're getting a little off topic, but Bobby's a big kid.
We're still talking about hockey.
We are,
Okay.
and a friend of the show. So,
And
Bobby, you get a free plug here, buddy. But he's a big kid. He's not afraid to throw it.
No.
So that's always been the knock on guys who can, are scorers or deemed as being scorers, and especially after all the stuff he was, being called soft by, allegedly being called soft by a former GM.
No, he said something. What was it? What was the word he said? Come on. Remember he said he can't even spell.
I can't remember, but we know that it was well documented.
I figured it out, because I called into a show and I got myself in a little bit of trouble.
Mr. Burke.
Mr. Burke, yes, he was. And who was always good to me when I worked with them, with Anaheim. He was, and Bob Murray was too, Bobby Murray. But so I still had to stick up for my boy, Bobby, when he said something about him.
Hey, good friend of the show, like we said. All right, the week
Intensity.
Intensity.
That's
Can't
the word.
spell intensity.
Can't spell intensity.
There you
I said
go.
he can't spell AA.
Ooh, strike right to the heart. The week that was,
Yes.
I get to do a plug here that I cannot be faulted for. My Montreal Canadiens, 9-0 to start the season.
Nice.
NHL record, the record being that they did it all without the benefit of overtime.
Yes.
So this is all regulation wins. Mr. Price has got 2 shutouts. He's got, I think, 6-7 wins now. His goals against is a whopping 1.25.
Something we talked about last week, too, is that if you watch goalie highlights from this week, he's not on there.
No.
Because it's
he did have a busy night Saturday against the Leafs.
He did.
52 shots on net, which he allowed 3. That's not a bad night's work. 963 is his goals against average rate, his save percentage. But just kind of look back at the history of this record. They're going to looking to actually set the record tonight in Vancouver later on. But the record was previously owned by Buffalo, 2 teams that you would not normally associate with winning records. Buffalo, back in 04, when they had a monster of a team.
Yes.
To use the Pierre Maguireism there. And the Maple Leafs in 93. They did go to the conference finals that year against Gretzky's Kings.
Yeah.
But they tore off a 9-0 streak to start the season.
Sundin. Who was the captain then?
That was, it might have been Sundin was there, I believe.
Sundin. And
They had some tough guys on that team.
Yeah,
those,
they did.
You know, Wendell Clark and those
Wendell
guys were
Clark.
still there.
Yeah.
You know? They had some, and that was when Gilmore was in his prime and guys like that.
Wow. Them names are all.
Felix Potvin was in net. I mean, they had a good team.
Wow.
But anyways, my boys are doing a little bit more research. They've outscored their opponents 8-0 in the first period, 14-2 in the second period.
Really slacking in the second.
Slacking in the second, so I didn't get the thirds. But
Better get on that.
Hey, we're working on it, right? So anyways, best of luck to my boys. We'll see what happens after next week.
How's Subban doing?
I have not seen. He's not exactly set the world on fire.
Yeah.
But PK's a team guy.
I'm waiting for the first 3-on-3 with him. I think he's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. A guy like that we've seen what happens when he gets those what I call Claude Lemieux breakaways. You get those coming out of the penalty box, and you go in alone. He had one against Boston last year. He absolutely undressed.
Yes.
Undressed.
I've seen that. Remember that.
Yep.
And then he had a wraparound goal this year, or in the first game. I think it was like a wraparound.
No, it was a while because we didn't have. It was. I think it was just recently because we just got our last Saturday was Petrie. It was the first goal we got from a defense.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, that's my boys. And one of the other big teams that's followed by our listening population out there, Chicago Blackhawks. Duncan Keith on the shelf. We made a lot. Those of you who follow the show, we make a lot of light about the fact that this guy carries this team.
Yeah.
I thought if he was injured, it'd be his back from carrying this team. Knee surgery, 6 to 8 weeks. Looks like he's going to be out for hopefully not too long for their sake. Who's going to take over his minutes?
That's I'm going to. I might be about a half hour. I'm going to go look that up real quick.
You get it up on that AOL.
On the World Wide Web here.
Interweb. You're looking up there.
So, Maddie, look it up for me. Come on, girl.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that picks up. Now, first few games hasn't made a difference. They've won. I believe they've had tore off a couple of wins without him. But in the long run, you got to wonder how giving those young legs a chance to. But it's great for the franchise because. He's not going to be around forever. He's not going to be healthy forever.
And, I want to say that I remember it had to be about 7 years ago, where the Chicago Blackhawks owners were called the worst owners in sports.
And their last name is Wirtz.
Is that still the owner?
Rocky Wirtz, yes, I believe.
Look at you, man.
There you go. Hey, man.
Right up on
All right, other news. We called it last week. Columbus Blue Jackets.
You called it.
Called it, man.
You called it.
Called it. Columbus Blue Jackets. Terrible start of the season. They tore off a nice 0-7. Ended up getting their coach fired. Mm-hmm. And they brought in John Tortorella. Not to be confused with John Torchetti, who's our coach here for Iowa. But Mr. Tortorella, who is famous for his actually won a cup with the Lightning.
Yes, he did.
Not so successful run with actually, I'll call it downright embarrassing run with Vancouver. Okay, he was okay with LA. With the Rangers.
He was
but I personally think this was a mistake. This guy is a gimmick. He's going to be a distraction.
I don't know.
I think he's going to be a distraction.
They might need a distraction.
They might. I mean, we've
really.
said that they had. They put a great run on last year when it. Okay, they put a great run together last year, but they were out of it early. There's no pressure. There's something about a team actually playing when there's pressure on them.
Right. Or I think, too, is one of the things he was saying he was going to try and do is come in there and relax that room, relax locker room because this wasn't we're done, but it was let's turn it around, but let's do it one game at a time.
I have a feeling he's going to be a victim of the Mike Keenan.
He is
Mike Keenan syndrome.
He is our Mike Keenan up today.
He's got an 18-month shelf life.
He also is going to be the king of the Coach's Challenge.
Yep.
Once he gets settled in, he is going to be the king of Coach's Challenge.
Yes. John Davidson's the GM there, and apparently they're really tight. So I have a feeling that if this doesn't work out, JD may be in danger himself. Not exactly like the Blue Jackets have set all kinds of records for performance.
And they're going to have to pay a price to have him, right? I mean, he was working at NHL Network.
Yep.
He had his cushy little job, but I still think a guy like that's always waiting in the wings for a coaching job.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, once you have that bug of coaching,
yep.
I'm just a youth coach, and I love coaching. I love practice.
Don't keep your cell phone on there, eh? So, LA Kings we talked about them with their horrible 0-3 start,
right?
And all the talk about Quick, who couldn't, it was horrible. Well, Mr. Quick got the third star of the week this week.
Yes, he did.
And after their 0-3 start, and we talked about how Sutter's job might be on the line, they tore off a 5-0 streak. So it looks like they've turned things around. This kid, Tyler Toffoli, they put him between two guys that we've talked a lot about, Jeff Carter, cast off of Philly.
Yep.
And Milan Lucic, guy that neither of us really cares for, but has respect for his style. He's a gritty guy. He has a role. He has a role. Not to say that I like him. I particularly when he had a big B on his jersey, but
and I didn't really like the guy. And then when the threat happened in the handshake line, that's just classless. And that's one of the ones where you just shake hands and say good job. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Whatever. I mean, it's just you're a hockey purist. Come on, what it's like in that.
I don't like the lineup, honestly.
The handshaking.
I hate the handshake lineup.
Why? At the end of a tournament?
Especially in a situation that, it's like, go through, take your lumps. Yeah, okay, we got beaten. Great, okay. Shake, 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 shake. Only times we do that, end of a series and the outdoor games. Okay, it's a gimmick why we do it in the outdoor game because it's a throwback to when it was pickup. You're done. Let's just get off the ice and go.
I don't know. I love it. I think it always shows that hockey has class.
Okay. All right. Purist, but
once I hit you with the class thing, what are you going to do? Come back and say I'm going to be classless here?
I'm going to outclass you, Frank. I'm sorry. You're kicked out of class. Anaheim, once again, we talked about them. 1-5-1, I believe. Last I saw their record, in their first 7 games, 6 whopping goals. And they scored half of them in one game.
Anaheim, I don't know. I mean, they have goal scorers.
Yeah. They hardly touched their lineup from last year, and they punched it up. They lost 2 guys. Bolesky, who did not set the world on fire, had a good season. Enough to get $6
million. Great playoff run.
Yeah.
Unbelievable playoff run.
And they lost Beauchemin, who's a defenseman. So that should not make any that big an impact.
Right.
So what's going on here? How is this team this bad?
Maybe it was Matt Bolesky the whole time.
Chemistry guys, who knows? Beauchemin apparently was a good chemistry guy in the room. So interesting to see if Boudreau hangs on. I'd love to see him hang on. He's a great regular season coach. Ovi.
Wait. Let's go back. A great regular season coach? Or are you saying playoff run not good?
He just doesn't have an established playoff history. Okay. Alexander Ovechkin, goal streak snapped to start the season last Saturday at 5. Interesting. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but he was earlier this season benched by Trotz for a game. Barry Trotz, the head coach, for missing a practice. Now, I think that is absolutely. I've always had the greatest respect for Barry Trotz, and the guy who probably buttons his top button on his tie or his collar. But that really sends a message. You're willing to sacrifice not having your biggest gun for the sake of making an example of them.
Right.
You're setting the tone. You're setting the culture. They've gone through a lot of good coaches the last couple of years. Sidney Crosby, we talked about him. 1 game so far this year, he's actually produced points in, goal and 2 assists.
Okay.
Nothing since. Malkin, like I said, not exactly setting the world on fire either.
No.
Phil Kessel finally got his first, and it was a pretty goal from what we saw. But Pittsburgh, you guys are in trouble. Young D and the guys up front can't score. So
and their netminder he's like me. He makes a couple great saves, and then them little ones.
Yep.
Like me.
Yep. Last thing we're going to talk about real quick before we go to break, because I know Maddie's over waving in the window. Patrick Waugh, coach of the Colorado Avalanche, just did away with morning skate.
And what happened?
They went out and lost to Columbus and broke their streak. So
wow.
Is there some benefit to it? I think there is, but that's to be discussed at a later time. We're going to have Matt kick it over to Maddie. She's going to run us a couple commercials and pay our bills for us.
Wait until you come back.
I'm Larry Kotler.
I'm Frank Mink.
And I'm Derek Hander.
Guys, did you know that Noah and Ryan pitched for 27 seasons in the majors with 4 different teams?
Hey, Kotler, did you know that Chris Chelios played for 27 seasons in the NHL with 4 different teams?
Guys, did you know that the first college football game was played in 1868? Rutgers beat New Jersey 6-4?
Hey, did you know that the first hockey games were played with just frozen manure pucks?
Guys, did you know that Boston Celtics' Chris Ford hit the first 3-point shot in NBA history?
Kotler, did you know that Billy Smith was the first goalie to be credited with scoring a goal?
So this is Frank Mink.
And this is Derek Hender. Hey guys, we have a new show, The Other State of Hockey, on 1350 ESPN.
On Tuesdays from 6 to 7. On our show, we talk hockey. Everything from mites to the pros, international, even our local associations.
Hi, I'm Larry the Cotman Kotler with Kotler & Company. Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on 1350 ESPN. On the new Kotler & Company, we'll visit with the headliners from the world of sports, past and present, as well as entertainers either coming to or are based in Central Iowa.
Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop.
Crash always gives me a high five.
It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon.
The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Iowa from Iowa, yeah.
It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We're gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell them I'm from.
And we are back.
Point out, but I rep that place. And it's love,
on ESPN Des Moines. Derek Hander, Frank Mink here. We are the only full-time devoted media outlet to the great sport of hockey. Real quick, we just want to give this segment out to our boys over at Felix and Oscars.
F&O?
F&Os. FelixandOscars.com, the longest standing, I can call them that, I think, sports bar in this area.
They were a sports bar before people called sports bars.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, they've been in that location since 93.
Yes.
There's been so much come and go up and down that strip that nothing's been there the whole time as long as they have.
No.
They've got full-service bar, excellent menu. They take team events. They can do parties. No instant gratuity, no per head charge. Decent, regular food, excellent service, great place for Monday Night Football. They give away TVs on Monday night. You put in for the drawings.
I know.
They have
nuts.
Trivia Friday nights. Best pizza by far. A deep
dish.
Yes, real pizza. Yeah, I didn't say
real pizza. Come on now. That's That's a Chicago thing.
Yeah,
but
that's what they were trained by the Masters.
They were trained by the Masters.
So, best place around. If you're in the hotel stuck somewhere and with your team when you come to town, they will deliver. You can call ahead and get your reservations. Pizza will be waiting for you when you get there. It is by far the best place in our area to get something, a quick bite to eat that you know is going to be good.
Hey, you just gave him like a 5-minute plug.
Well, that's all right.
It's all right.
Mark owes me. I'm going to charge him. So the meter's running, Mark. Sorry, buddy. I hope he's listening. All right. We are back. This is the second period.
Yes.
And I'll kick it over to my buddy Frank, who's going to introduce our special guest.
All right. Well, yeah, listen, this guy coming on now is a friend of mine, good friend of mine, but just a classy guy and sports fan. And he's also from the great state of Pennsylvania. And so, without further ado, I want to introduce Billy Gardell. If you might know him from Mike and Molly. Also, he has a new show, or it's a tour of his comedy show. I think it's on Showtime. I'll have to ask him. I think it's on Showtime. So, didn't do much prep because I just know him, but I should have done my homework. But love the guy. So, anyway, welcome, Billy.
What's up, Frank? How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, my man.
What's happening?
So yeah, you were one of the first people I told when I got the show. Right? I remember I gave you a text saying about it. Man,
very happy for you, man, and congratulations and continued success.
Thank you with friends and support I get from some of you guys out there.
It's really hard to live with him these days.
It is hard to live with me. You know that. So you're a Pittsburgh native, right outside of Pittsburgh. You were born and raised, right?
Yeah, I was born in a place called Swissville, which is right outside the city, about 2 minutes to downtown, and bleed black and gold all the way around.
Now, and that's what I wanted to bring you on for, was about the Penguins. I mean, have you been watching this year? I know you're a busy man, so it's okay. You know, if you need to catch all the games, but they're struggling, and I want to see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, we're struggling. You know, we always have a problem. It depends the last 4 years. To me, you know, we put together these amazing runs, 13-game winning streaks, 10-game winning streaks, and then we get to the playoffs, and we just fold like a cheap suit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. Now, a lot of it, I think, and some of the Pens fans might get mad at me, but I think it's the goaltending.
I'm with you.
Goaltending coaching, man. There's no consistency. They give up 6 or don't give up any.
Right. That's what he makes the phenomenal saves. And then the little ones come down and they're the off-angle shot, and it goes right through the 5-hole. And
we've discussed that before.
You know, it kills me, man.
The confidence that the boys have in front, playing in front of a guy who, you know, Marty Turco got into the same kind of a rut. He'd make a phenomenal save that he had no business making, and then something squeaks right through him.
Right. And the killer,
and then something right between the legs, exactly.
And it's it's a motivator killer.
Yeah.
You know, you get on that streak.
Yeah, I think it crushes the rest of the team. Nobody's going to outwardly say that because they're going to look out for each other. But, man, you know, Fleury, I have a love-hate relationship with that guy.
Right.
You know, I don't know who's ever going to show up in front of the net, you know.
Yep. You said they're
4-4 now. You know, they're stuck. They've got 9 points. We're behind, and there's some questions that need to be answered. I'm hoping, they said Bennett practiced yesterday, and he's been gone for 5 games. So I'm hoping getting him back is going to give us a little more solidity out there on the line. But,
hey, Billy, I don't
know, man. I watch as I bite my nails.
Yeah.
I know it's early, but, you know.
Billy, this is Derek. I'm wondering when Sydney's going to show up.
You know what? And I worry about that, too. That's one of the other things. You know, he's kind of the darling of the city, but we don't ever call him out like we do other players.
Right. He gets a bit of a pass.
Like, you know, he does get a pass. Like, you know, you show up in the playoffs and you score one time. Hey, man, you're supposed to be the best player in the league. Let's go.
In the world.
You know,
I mean, consider
if that was a Steeler, they'd be driving you to the airport.
So what else is going on in Billy's world? I know you do have is it a show on Showtime where it's like a stand-up kind of special, right? Is that
no, I did 3 specials for Showtime called Road Dogs, where I put some comics on that were veteran comics, and we showcased them, and that went very well. And right now I'm in the middle of filming Mike and Molly. We'll be back on right after Thanksgiving. And I got a new game show on that I host called the Monopoly Millionaires Club, and that's on the weekends. It's syndicated. You can check your local listings. So far, we've given away about $7 million.
Oh, I mean, like, can friends?
We're looking for sponsorship.
Yeah, we're looking for some sponsorship, and
well, we're sponsored by the lottery. And that's the reason we're able to give away these big cash prizes.
That's awesome. I mean, you might be one of the kings of the city over there in LA now. I think you walk around.
I'm like middle management in Hollywood. TV's middle management.
Blue collar.
Movie stars are the big bosses.
You know, and I'll tell you what.
Exactly. Being a TV star now is like being the lug nut guy at the back.
You know what's funny about in LA? It's one place where you could go somewhere and someone just says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" "I'm a manager." And no one ever says, "You're a manager of what?" Of McDonald's. Everyone knows when they say a manager what that means. Like, it's so weird. It's the weirdest place. Man.
I'm managing to pay my rent this month.
It means you answer a phone and collect a check.
That's right. That's right. My manager before, I said, "What do you do for me?" He goes, "Well, I kind of guide your career." I said, "You don't get me any work?" "No." "You don't, no, I'll tell you who I think you should sign with." I said, "Well, my wife tells me that."
So, Billy, I'm going to throw a question.
Manager, yeah.
I'm going to throw a question at you from out of left field here.
Yeah, right.
Billy, I'll throw you a question here from out of left field. What's your first, most vivid, favorite hockey memory?
My greatest time as a child, right around the time you're 10, you really know your lineups of all your teams. Your baseball team, your football team, your hockey team, and I think that's kind of a lost art anymore. With kids now, there's so many distractions. They don't know their lineups. Like, you had to know your lineups. Like, that's what we talked about at school. And I would say 79, 80 was the two best sports years of my life, because the Pirates and the Steelers won the World Series and the Super Bowl in 79. Wow. And then in 80, the Penguins won the Stanley Cup. And I thought, man, that's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And the Pirates and the Pens, we've been kind of chasing it since then. Pens had a nice run about 10 years ago. And in my opinion, we should have won another one within the last 5 years, But we just had some crazy debacles, Washington seemed to give us trouble. And then, I think the best team we had in a few years, we gave up a 4-0 lead to Philadelphia at the beginning of the series, and we couldn't come back.
Yep. We talked about that series not too long ago about how just no matter, because the Philly was complete underdogs to that team, and Giroux's first year as a captain. I mean, it was, and it just was one of them times where never shows up.
That is why you play the game.
Well, we have that other stigma about the Pens. They seem to be a finesse team. That's what I always hear: speed and finesse, speed and finesse. And in Philly, that year were brawlers, but they kind of exposed us that year. If the Pens fall into that rough and tumble game, they don't do well. Mm-hmm. If we're playing fast and we're playing quick, a lot of passing, a lot of power plays, we're okay. But when we get into that skirms and smashing against the wall, we seem to get out of our heads and we feel like we can't play that game. At least that's what it appears.
And I think you could play that game. I think Pittsburgh could totally play that game. I mean, Malkin's a big boy.
But there's that, that thing where people led where you start to believe it. And I think it's in their heads. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's interesting because I know it's the big thing I've heard now is the chemistry. Who's Kessel going to be better off playing with? Because I heard they're talking about trying to put him with Malkin now, just because he did so well with James Neal, who I would never liken James Neal to Phil Kessel. Maybe you say Kessel's is half the man that Neal is half the man that Kessel is. Well, if you look at BMI, he probably is half the man that Kessel is.
But I'm sure Kessel's a nicer guy. I used to work with James Neal.
Yes, I recall.
Yes.
So real quick, I have another one of these curious little questions we asked a lot of our guests. If you were all of a sudden crowned commissioner of the NHL, what would be the one rule you would change? And don't say Pittsburgh gets a first draft pick every year.
Well, that would be it.
Okay, roll commercial.
Yeah, that's it. And all the world's problems are solved.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I try not to think that I know the rules better than anybody else. I don't know. Every year they add something new. And, they added to baseball, they added to football, and I always think that's going to ruin the game. But I've also learned me sitting on my couch isn't going to change anything. So I just got to accept it and move forward,
Have you seen much of the 3-on-3? Any thoughts?
I kind of like it in a weird way. I really do. I kind of do. But, I was opposed to the big tiebreaker thing a few years back, but now I kind of like that. So I think everybody's just opposed to change in the beginning. But
Yeah.
There's people smarter than me making the plan.
And see, Bo, the thing is, I'm still cool with when they had the blue puck and they made the blue
I
go
love
to
the foxtrot.
See, he loved it. I loved it too.
My God, you guys are killing me.
Came out, it was like, oh no way, who needs to watch that?
Yeah, right.
Especially after 40, I can't read my medicine bottles without my glasses. So I don't mind.
Maybe I need to get a visor that's prescription.
I'm telling you right now, I totally went out and bought Keith Kachuk hockey back in the day just because it was the first game to come out with the blue puck. I loved it.
And the only one I might add.
Yeah, it was the last one.
That's right.
Well, Bill, thank you. So I know I kind of stalked you a little bit on this being the guest this week.
Thank anything, you know that.
Oh man, and you're the man. I mean, Derek, if you ever get to meet the guy, Bill, he's a completely humble guy. He's just a working class guy like all of us, and it's been an honor being a friend of yours. And again,
back at you, brother.
Hey, seriously, thank you. And when I get back out that way, or if you come to Des Moines, you don't have no plans on Des Moines. I think your only shows are. You got Vegas coming up. What else you got coming up? You got
Vegas coming up in San Jose, but I get out there later, man. I do. I love to come in and just hang with you guys. I'll bring coffee.
We've got an open mic sitting right here next to me. We'd love to have you sit in.
It'd be my honor, man.
All right. Well, you get here to Des Moines and open seat for you. And when I get out there, I'll definitely get a hold of you. You know that. I always do.
You got it, guys. Absolutely.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for joining us on The Other State of Hockey.
Absolutely, guys. All the best, man.
See you, brother.
Thanks, Bill.
So we're going to cut now, and we'll go right to commercial.
We will go to the commercial and come back with the third period.
Sorry, Maddie. We just threw it back at you.
Catch.
I'm Larry Kotler.
I'm Frank Mink.
And I'm Derek Hander.
Guys, did you know that Noah and Ryan pitched for 27 seasons in the majors with 4 different teams?
Hey, Collar, did you know that Chris Chelios played for 27 seasons in the NHL with 4 different teams?
Guys, did you know that the first college football game was played in 1868? Rutgers beat New Jersey 6-4?
Hey, did you know that the first hockey games were played with just frozen manure pucks?
Guys, did you know that Boston Celtics' Chris Ford hit the first 3-point shot in NBA history?
Collar, did you know that Billy Smith was the first goalie to be credited with scoring a goal?
So this is Frank Mink.
And this is Derek Hender. Hey guys, we have a new show, The Other State of Hockey on 1350 ESPN.
On Tuesdays from 6 to 7. On our show, we talk hockey. Everything from mites to the pros, international, to even our local associations.
Hi, I'm Larry the Cotman Kotler with Kotler & Company. Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on 1350 ESPN. On the new Kotler & Company, we'll visit with the headliners from the world of sports, past and present, as well as entertainers either coming to or are based in Central Iowa.
Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild. Hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega we sell everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
From Iowa, yeah.
It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We're gonna rage on till our day.
All right, so Derek, I know I talk about it every week, but I have to bring it up again. Absolutely. The best real estate representative you can get, hands down in the state of Iowa, Jen Stambro.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
There's a Hall of Fame. She's done it.
I told you this before. While she's still in the league, she's in the Hall of Fame. I imagine that. You're going up against a Hall of Famer who's already in the Hall of Fame. But look, her clients are her passion. She's a huge supporter of hockey in the community.
Yes.
And I've never, and I mean this full-heartedly, not just because she's super awesome to the show. I've never heard a bad word about her. Business-wise, nothing. She's always taking care of her customers. She's a busy woman who I can't stress it enough, and how much she stresses to me when I talk to her about business. Her clients are her passion. She says, like how my passion is coaching and hockey, hers is well, but she's more professional and on time, and does all the good things.
And we know real estate is kind of smattered the same way that used car salesmen are. There's a lot of them out there that are not the most ethical, moral, or on top of things, or too concerned about how well you think. How you think about it. As long as they got their check, they're happy.
Absolutely.
Like we said, never hear a bad thing.
Nope, never. I mean, so look, Jen Stambro. Look, if you want to make that you like fantasy football or fantasy hockey, you want to get that first round pick. She is your first round pick. I'm telling you right now. And if you want to live in that fantasy home that the wife has always wanted, the castle that you want to be the king of, I'm telling you, give the girl a call. Jen Stambro. Phone number 515-371-4814. And also reach Jen Stambro on Facebook, her Facebook page. I mean, she's always on it. So anyway, much love to Jen Stambro and supporting, and a hockey mom. I mean,
a hockey mom.
Phew, what a woman.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We are back. Other State of Hockey. Frank and Derek, we are here like we are every week. Now that the Cubs are finally packed up for the winter.
I thought we were going to break the streak for them.
I know. Well, we proved Marty McFly wrong, I guess. And now that the Cubs are done and can rest until April, I guess, we will be on every Tuesday night at our usual time of 6 o'clock, unless there's some other catastrophe that comes along.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, on our Facebook page, we said people are reaching us, and actually we were called out by a guy that actually I know from playing beer league and whatnot, that we probably don't cover enough of the complete state. But once again, this is a great example of how much there is for us to talk about in this state.
Absolutely.
Quad City Mallards, we've mentioned them just in a smattering along the way.
We have mentioned them before. I was going to say that to the guy on the Facebook, but I wasn't going to go after him.
Yeah, we have. Just,
He better keep his head up the next game I say play him. That's cool. It's cool. Keep it up.
But Quad City Mallards, they've got actually a well-established history. They've got a great tradition of winning. They are the ECHL affiliate of the Iowa Wild. And the ECHL, by the way, now no longer stands for East Coast Hockey League.
What is it? I mean,
it just stands for ECHL.
Right, because it's not. I mean, they haven't been on East Coast.
It's the Every Coast Hockey League.
I mean,
right
they
now.
were in Bakersfield, and
they're in Alaska.
Yeah,
or
maybe they're on the east side of Alaska.
So last year, actually in the playoffs, I believe it was Alaska and Fort Myers, Florida, in the finals. You could not get further apart.
Right.
I guess there's no team in Hawaii or in Ivory Coast.
That bus ride must have been a killer.
Yeah. All right, pack her up, boys. We're on safari. So, anyways, going back to just a couple of facts about the Mallards. Play in the rink called the Iowa Wireless Center.
Been
right there. We've played.
Yeah,
we have played there.
We have played there.
Yeah,
and I've done color commentating from there before.
Yep.
So
it's kind of a neat building. The building
horseshoe.
It's a horseshoe. Yeah, it doesn't have seats on one end.
Mm-hmm. There's the Bucks though. It's kind of like the Bucks arena if you think about it.
More or less. Yeah. It has a scoreboard up on the end versus the traditional hanging from the middle.
Yes.
But that's mostly due to the fact of the shape of the building. But It's a decent, clean, good sightline building. They've had a great history of packing fans in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at one point they were averaging between 6,000 and 8,000 people a game.
I wonder how much that sits with that being at Horseshoe. I know they have a higher third.
It goes pretty deep.
Yeah,
it goes pretty deep. So, it's going back. They started off in the Colonial League back in '95.
You did all this research.
I did.
You?
Hey, I do my homework, Frank. Remember, it was funny when I'm doing my show prep last night. I was sitting down making a few notes. My wife came by and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Doing show prep." Said, "What do you think Frank's doing right now?" I said, "Probably watching TV."
I was playing hockey. I was coaching.
There you go.
I coached 7 games.
So I give you a pass on that.
Thank you.
So Colonial Hockey League in '95. They merged with the United Hockey League, or the UHL, in '97.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a brief hiatus when the Quad City Flames came to town.
Right.
Came back in the CHL in 2010, 2011. Then that was merged with the IHL, which merged with the East Coast League. So they had continuous play, with the exception of 1 or 2 seasons.
So wait, Paula said that about me. Okay, Paul, it's on. Game on. Game on, chick.
You're never going to win with a hockey mom. Trust me, buddy. So actually, a couple of interesting facts about them. They're the first North American pro team to go 5 straight 50-win seasons.
Wow.
In hockey team, at least.
That's a good stat.
And it wasn't good enough. They actually did it a 6th time.
Wow.
So they had 3 championships. They won their first championship in only their 2nd year of existence. So they won in 96, 97, 97, 98. Then the next 2 years they lost in the finals and then won the year after that in 2000, 2001. So you talk about a team that has been a powerhouse.
Right.
That 5-year span there, they were the consummate powerhouse of AA hockey.
You know what I like isn't it in the Quad Cities where they have that one rink that still has the electric Zamboni with the wire on it?
I know the other rink because I know we played in it last year.
Yeah, I think
I'm trying to remember if that was the one or not.
It does. It has an electric Zamboni.
With the big extension cord.
The big extension cord.
Yeah. So currently, as we said, they are the CHL affiliate of the Iowa Wild. They have currently 9 players that played for the Iowa Wild on their roster, including both goaltenders right now. So they're off to a 3-2 start. Saturday, they got a win over Wichita Thunder, 5-2 win. So they've got, like I said, we don't want to try to ignore them. We will try to cover them. Thanks, Dave, for calling us out. Keep us honest.
Dave, you become our correspondent. You know something, right? You know?
We're always looking for help. God knows we need help.
Yeah.
But
the pay here, phenomenal.
Yes. Perks.
You can eat F&O with us.
Yeah, you can go and we'll let you pay your part of the bill. So we'll get into what's happening in the Wild real quick before we go to break, and we may finish up. But Iowa Wild, Curtis Gabriel just got returned yesterday, but did get called up for his first NHL career call-up. Good for Gabes. The Wild had a bit of a bumpy patch the last week or so, a really busy patch.
Well, no, they had a really rough patch from last year.
Yeah,
so that's and they're going to change it. I could feel it.
Yeah,
I can feel it's coming.
They're in games right now.
Yes,
and and that means you're a shot or 2 from a different outcome.
Yep.
And the best example of that, I mean, we know last Tuesday, right after that we got off the air, they lost to Milwaukee 3-2 in that game. Okay, then they went to Rockford on Thursday. They lost 3-2. It was a battle back from a deficit, and it was literally a rim around that hit a seam in the kicker board that kicked out into the open. The goalie went to play it.
Yeah,
it kicked out in the open slot, empty net.
What's the rule? I mean, as a goal, you've been the goaltending schools, and I mean, there's got to be a rule now. Like, hey, don't leave the crease until.
Well, and from what I heard,
stop anticipating. I don't know.
From what I heard and what I saw on the replay, there's no way he would have had any indication this would have happened. So, I mean, yeah, you don't want to leave the crease until you know it's coming around the boards.
Right.
You're out far enough that you just cut straight to the boards.
Right.
But he had no anticipation this was going to happen. It was one of those things like, Zamboni door or whatever.
Right.
We all have that happen around here in local rinks.
Yep. Get your stick stuck in there.
But puck kicks out, kicks right out, empty, right in the middle of the slot. Guy is all open. He has to turn his head and see both posts.
Right.
And that was the difference maker. So finally, they returned back home on Saturday against Texas and debuted their brand new red jerseys, which I kind of say I like.
I got to check them out. I'm going to check them out.
Yeah. They got their first home win since way back in April, and we know they didn't get many in the after Christmas last year.
And it was 3-1 for a while.
Yeah, it was, and it was back and forth, 3-2. So Like I said, one difference of 1-goal games. I mean, that's the key. Leland Irving, strong. Guy has a phenomenal outing, which is so important to see with a team that's struggling. You got to have solid goaltending.
Yeah.
Defensively.
How many years do you think he's been in the league? I mean,
I need to look it up. I'm thinking.
I'll look it up right
You
now.
get right on that. So
I'll have
Sunday.
the answer for you next show.
Sunday lost 4-1. First goal, I know Smitty wants back. Like I said, this team is built on 2 solid goaltenders right now. And I'm sure they're feeling the pressure that they can't make a single mistake because everything is huge. Something to be considered. Team is missing a couple of players. We've had a couple of centers go down. A couple got called up. So we have a lot of guys that are doubling up. Either wingers aren't natural centers playing. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but we've seen the way these guys get pinched down below their dots on the breakout and the forecheck. Having a good center is the key to the breakout. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if we start getting a couple of healthy bodies back and if somebody gets sent down. But, this might be something we're just going to have to kind of muscle our way through. So next game's on the 30th, 31st, and they're 30th. They have Rockford here in town. 31st, Milwaukee. They're in Milwaukee, and then back here on the 1st for a game against Rockford yet once again. But theme song here, team needs to score. Looking back at their 8 games, they've had only scored 1 goal 4 times this year. Half their games, they've scored once. Now, mind you, one of those was a 1-0 overtime shootout win. 2 goals twice. Only 2 games they've scored more than 3 goals. So, I don't care who's in net. You got to score 3 to 4 goals.
Before we get to break here, remember I said I did a color commentating at the Quad City?
Yeah.
It was when he was playing for Quad City back when they were the Quad City Flames.
He was drafted originally by Calgary.
So that's how I remember.
What year did he get drafted? What was his first year of pro?
07.
07. Yeah. Wow. So he's been around for a little bit. He went to Europe last year.
Yeah, because he played for that Omaha Knight team, too.
Yes, the ex-Urban Knights.
Yes. Maybe that's I know him from there, too.
It was the same franchise. They just
right. Because 2007 is the year I started with the Stars, and he was there, and I remember him there, too. So.
Yeah, I remember him owning us when he came to town. He was one of those goalies like Pavlich, the kid who plays with Winnipeg now. When he was with Chicago. Man, he owned us.
Yeah.
Owned us. Didn't matter. You could put 50 shots on him. It wouldn't really matter. So, Wild hoping for bigger things. Like I said, we got faith in the coaches. We got faith in the boys.
Yes.
They are in every game. Got to keep plugging, boys. Keep those shots on net.
I have faith in a radio announcer. How about that?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Former friend of the show, Joe O'Donnell. Sat in this very same chair.
Yes, he did.
All right. We are getting ready to go to a commercial.
Yes.
And we will be back with the next period. Or are we coming up overtime? Overtime.
Other state of hockey.
All right.
Hit it, Maddie.
I'm Larry Kotler.
I'm Frank Mink.
And I'm Derek Hender.
Guys, did you know that Noah and Ryan pitched for 27 seasons in the majors with 4 different teams?
Hey, Collar, did you know that Chris Chelios played for 27 seasons in the NHL with 4 different teams?
Guys, did you know that the first college football game was played in 1868? Rutgers beat New Jersey 6-4?
Hey, did you know that the first hockey games were played with just frozen manure pucks?
Guys, did you know that Boston Celtics' Chris Ford hit the first 3-point shot in NBA history?
Collar, did you know that Billy Smith was the first goalie to be credited with scoring a goal?
So this is Frank Mink.
And this is Derek Hender. Hey, guys, we have a new show, The Other State of Hockey, on 1350 ESPN.
On Tuesdays from 6 to 7. On our show, we talk hockey. Everything from mites to the pros, international, even our local associations.
Hi, I'm Larry the Cotman Kotler with Kotler & Company. Thursdays from 6 to 7 here on 1350 ESPN. On the new Kotler & Company, we'll visit with the headliners from the world of sports, past and present, as well as entertainers either coming to or are based in Central Iowa.
Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon, the goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the Mega We Sell Everything Superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
From Iowa, yeah.
It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard. Get a fist up, we gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell 'em I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place. And it's love hate.
Rep that place. You know where I rep?
So it's home base.
Taco.
You certainly do.
I'm telling you right now, I love that place. I think I got to stay working out because if not, I'm going to get something right down here.
It's
Because
good eats though.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's not even not healthy or anything. It's good, especially the breakfast.
Yep.
Yo, you got to go check out the breakfast at Fuzzy Taco. It's right across the street from Carl Chevrolet. That's right, in Ankeny. It's in Ankeny. It's what is it? 300 Martin Luther King Drive. What? Whoa. No, what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, coming soon. That's their coming.
Yes.
Closer to my home. Are you kidding me?
You may have to walk there.
Yeah, that might help. Yep. All right. No, this one is on 2732 Delaware Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can't miss it. It's
right there in the shops on Delaware.
In the morning, this is what they do. They get potatoes, cut them all up. They don't like just have them already frozen in a bag. They have like all the vegetables. They just cut eggs. They're actually cracked real eggs. Like,
not powdered.
No.
Real deal.
They might even be brown like chicken eggs. Real chickens, I think, laid those eggs.
I'm pretty sure there's no free range chickens running around the parking lot,
but it's just, I mean, it's a good breakfast, and man, it's so cheap, inexpensive. They don't like to say cheap.
No,
marketing cheap, inexpensive. You got to go check out Fuzzy. The lunchtime is banging. I mean, Fuzzy Taco has got it going on. The atmosphere is awesome. They got tons of sports on TV. Tons of. I didn't even think I seen Maury Povich on there one day. Wow. I don't know, and I can watch Maury Povich all day long. That is not your baby. But anyway, let me get off that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Fuzzy Taco, go check them out. Tell them Frank sent you in. Elliott family who's brought it to us. A great another hockey people, more hockey people. Son, I got to tell you the story real quick. This isn't even about Fuzzy Taco. This is about their son. Their son wrote a letter. He went from our roller program to an ice program this winter, and his captain said, "Hey, I want someone on this team to be the captain. You got to write me 5 reasons why you think you should be the captain." Oh, I wish I could pull it up on my Facebook.
I saw it. I saw it on Facebook.
And man,
I did see it.
What an amazing thing he wrote. And
we post it on our Facebook page.
I will. Yep.
Hey, we got a lot of catch up here.
Yeah, all right, here it goes.
Hey, coming up on the clock here, bud.
All right, here we go.
Have to pull the goalie here soon.
All right. I won't get into it. I'm going to put it up on our Facebook. Go to our Facebook wall and read what this kid wrote. Amazing. And it's because he learned it not from roller, not from ice. He learned it from coaching.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things I want to talk about here in the last 2 minutes.
If we have time. Real quick, we're going to just wrap up what happened with the Bucks.
Yes.
Talked to Coach Allison. Yes. Ran into him this weekend, and he was excited that the show's going well.
Yes.
And we make sure we give him the YouTube link so he can actually see what we're talking about, and love to have him on. Davey, next couple of weeks, he's going to be on here.
Yes.
We have a good lineup coming. So just real quick, going back to what the Bucks have been up to. The 23rd, they were in Sioux City, 13 power plays in one game. So apparently the ref really wanted to make a point of showing off his tin whistle.
Yes.
And ended up, Sioux City got 2 power play goals out of it, and in the first period, and never looked back. 4-1. 4-1 loss. So you dig yourself that kind of a hole in the first period. That's the kind of thing that happens. Omaha, different story. Omaha jumped out actually to a quick 2-0 lead, but the boys came back. 14-6 outshot them in the second period. Our boy Magoo tied the game in the second period, which was the turnaround. And Omaha forced overtime, but it didn't matter. We took it all the way to the shootout. And Mr. Ruzicka, I got to make sure I'm pronouncing his right.
Call him Riz.
Riz
on the show.
Goaltender was outstanding in the shootout, and they won by virtue of the shootout. Rauhauser, our defenseman, who's apparently got quite a set of hands on him. So tonight they are in Lincoln. Lincoln, of course, is in first place. Who gave them their only loss? They're 8-1. Who gave them their only loss?
We did.
Des Moines Bucks. So there you go.
We also gave Seaver Rapids their first loss, right?
So we got Giant Slayers all over right now. So they're in every game. 4-1, okay, maybe a little bit, but they're in every game right now. Hey, talk about faith in the coaching staff. Nate and Davey got it going on.
Yeah.
2 great class acts.
Yes.
Got to have them. I just love talking to Davey. He's just such a class act.
Nate's a great guy, too. If anyone gets a chance to ever talk hockey with him.
Yeah, he takes a little more prodding to get it coming, but there's the still waters run deep there.
Hey, look, Nate, you want to be a guest on the show? Come on. Bring it, man.
Actually, I did a camp this summer with Nate. So.
Was he good with the camp?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Great guy. Next home game, 30th, and that's apparently the costume contest. That's usually interesting. There's some interesting talent in that pool.
I hope someone goes dressed as me.
The 31st, they're in Cedar Rapids.
Yes.
All right. Over to you, Frank, 'cause I know you had a rant in our last minute.
I did have a rant, but look, I keep hearing from certain parties in this city about don't waste your time with roller. It gives them bad habits. I'm going to tell you right now, as an advocate for roller hockey, it does not. Roller hockey is just as good at ice. In fact, our kids that we have, and I would never go out and revenge win, but I'm telling you, our kids can pick apart almost anyone on this team and in this league in their age groups because they've been taught to pass the puck. So people can keep saying what they want, but when you come watch our roller kids play ice,
forces you to stick handle. A lot of great players, former roller players. We had
Bobby Ryan.
Steve Pops, coach here. He was actually at one point a coach. We are out of time.
Ah.
Other State of Hockey next Tuesday. We'll see you, ESPN Des Moines.